You've also talked a lot about the importance of persistence and constantly reaching out to people and keeping yourself visible. Um, how else did you grow your business? Because I can clearly see you put out a lot of content on Instagram, and you've been now doing the blog for about 10 years now, right? So could you talk a little bit about how you keep yourself motivated to keep putting things out?
So I right now I'm struggling with it, but let's talk it about it in general. I
Okay.
have a lot of ideas. I keep jotting those ideas down. It might be a way I want to shoot a particular shot. Like I want to might be a video idea for a recipe. This is how I want to shoot it. So I would, if when that idea strikes, I just make a note of it. So if I like a particular image and I want to I see something, some recipe in that image. So then I try to see how I can, work with those elements, note it down again, save a lot of things. There's a lot of inspiration. Actually, there's an overload of inspiration
Okay.
these days. So it's actually quite easy to get inspired and motivated.
Yeah.
It's just that you need to kind of keep I am a lazy person. I am honestly a very lazy person. So that
Okay.
all the inspiration and the kind of work that other people are doing inspires me to come out of that laziness and do something. So and given that I have all these ideas, I want to kind of make sure that those ideas see the light of day.
But you say you're a lazy person, but clearly, what really helps is having the discipline to actually throw yourself into it completely, and the persistence is of course very important, but also having a work ethic that's good and conducive to learning and constantly moving yourself forward. Where did that come from? I'm assuming that was from your own parents and family.
Yeah, so I'm from the defense background, so I have grown up in a very disciplined, very work-oriented background. I've seen my parents both. My mom was a teacher, but then she left her job because dad would keep getting posted to different cities, so it wasn't possible. Plus, she wanted to stay home. But once my dad was at a higher position, generally the wife's role also changes, and they have to. There's in the Air Force, there is this Air Force Wives Welfare Association, which has all these. They have these shops. They have these welfare activities for the women officers to kind of help them in whatever way they can help. So my mom was very actively involved in that, and this is not a paid job. But still, she would be very active, and I saw the dedication that she has towards that cause. And even with my dad, given it's both are not very, even the defense is not a very highly paid profession. Now it's still better, but earlier it wasn't that much. So, but I saw their dedication to their respective field, and the amount that they gave to it. So it kind of, if I think it's something, if you're passionate about something, you end up giving it your 100%. And so I've seen them. Plus, it's also something that food and photography is something that I'm very passionate about. So it naturally comes to make sure that I'm giving it my 100% and I'm truly dedicated to it.
Yeah. And now that I think professionally you've been shooting for 5 years almost?
Yeah.
4-5 years?
Yes.
And how long did it take for you to feel like the business is stable and you don't need to worry too much about it?
It's a very difficult time that you're asking this question. I thought it was stable. I think
Okay.
last year I thought that it was stable, and I think probably it is still stable. The fact that during the pandemic and during the lockdown, I was still working and I was still comfortable means that I
Okay.
have created a stable business, a stable set of clients who come back. It did take some time. The first 2 years were very difficult. Being a freelancer, anyways, it's 1 month can be really good. The next month
Yeah.
cannot be that great.
Yeah.
So I would always take that off month to make sure
Yeah.
that I am creating something new that I can offer, to kind of build up on what I'm already giving to a client. Try to not treat that off month as something that, okay, I don't have work, but create something that I can actually sell to a client in the next month. So, and also it made sure that, as a freelancer, it's very difficult to say no to projects. So, because for the fact you don't know where the money is going to come next month. So, you end up taking a lot of projects. So, initially, I would take up projects that I wasn't, not particularly convinced about. I would now say that I'm stable because I have that kind of luxury to choose my projects. So that I think that happened probably last year or so.